If you listen, it sounds like Caroline. If you listen, it sounds like Caroline.
Radio Caroline South presents Mike Ahern as Mike Ahern in Caught Short. I just come ashore after 2 weeks aboard the Mi Amigo. I was on the beach minding my own business, trying to adjust myself to a normal civilized life again, when there she was. She stopped. She looked at me. She smiled. She winked. Funny, I thought. I was reacting slow. I've been aboard Mi Amigo for 2 weeks, and that's 13 days too long for a normal, healthy guy. Yes, I looked up the beach, down the beach, no one in sight. Definitely funny. Then she winked again.
What do you want to make those eyes at me for?
She smiled and whispered.
I want a roof-bottom land to hold me tight.
I gulped and promised I'd let her know if I found one.
I hug him, I squeeze him, I tease him so.
Oh, really? How kinky can you get? But with a robot, man, you're likely to, smash your fingers. That'd be a shame. Now, if you don't mind...
I came here to...
That obviously upset her.
So I got up and slowly walked on home.
I felt her heel. She was gorgeous. Could she help it if my instincts had been dulled by 2 weeks of musical stimulants? I shouted after her. After 2 weeks, you really lived the hit parade, But she didn't hear. She was a mile up the beach. I ran after her, pleading.
With you, I could learn to...
She said if I couldn't already, she didn't want to know. So that's it then.
Another night with the boys.
Not on your life, mate.
In the night, there are sights to be seen.
That much I remembered from my old days as a human being. I was going to see some, too.
Doing my time, doing my time, doing my time.
My time, nothing. I was doing my nut. I looked up and down the beach again. She had vanished.
Another night with the boys.
Will you turn that off? Will you get out of here, you loser?
Gone away from me.
I know that, you twit, but where?
In San Francisco.
Never! You can't get from Clacton to San Francisco that fast. You can't get from Clacton to anywhere that fast. Anyway, she's a local girl.
I'm in love with little Susie.
You don't know she's called Susie. Okay, then try this.
I'll take you home again, Kathleen.
And you don't even know she's called Kathleen either. You don't even know where she lives. You're in dead stuck, friend.
I swear I won't give in.
Naturally, but it's not going to be easy.
The only thing that makes sense is a marriage of convenience.
You always feel that way first time ashore, but for a marriage, you've got to have a bride.
Meanest man you ever seen.
Oh, come on, will you get off my back? I'll find her.
Little bit, little bit, little bit.
Then suddenly I caught sight of her, right up there on the promenade. I run to her.
She looks up to me.
There is ice cream on her chin, but I know this is...
The girl that I intend to wed.
She slaps my face. Say that again. Hey, that ain't English. This one's going to be difficult to crack. Exactly.
Happens to the best of us. Well, that's what they say.
Oh, really?
Somebody help me, yeah. Somebody help me now.
I was getting desperate. Try the tough approach, huh?
I won't say how it's gonna be. You're gonna give your love to me.
She slapped my face again.
Until now, I'm down to her once a day.
That was a lie. She'd done it twice already.
Everybody's
You can say that again.
Everybody loves
Thanks. Another? I haven't even made it with this one yet.
I want a room for a man to hold me tight.
I promised to find her one, and she lets me walk her home.
Tell me, where did you learn to handle a man with so much ease?
She smiled.
Under the bamboo tree,
I didn't press the point. I never do.
except on Sunday.
Well then, yes! So we got home. It was a nice place. Thinking rich.
And her dad runs a pirate radio ship, but she never talks about him.
Not surprised neither.
He's got no mattress where he eats it.
She wouldn't have. She looks me straight in the face.
Can I trust you?
Pardon?
Our lips shouldn't touch.
Lovely. All right. I haven't touched you yet.
I'm confessing that I love you.
Yes, and with that flashback, I maneuvered her over to the sofa.
Sit by my side, come as close as the air.
We sat. Stop doing that, will you? I stick one of those satin pillows she cries on into her mouth. Now I've got her.
Somebody help me, yeah. Somebody help me now.
Lovely. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. I throw her to the ground.
You'll always put the one you love.
I rush into the hallway.
Every time a bell rings, every time a bird sings, I run to the door.
It was so automatic. I was even doing it for knocks now. I opened the door. It was a man.
He came to my side and he looked up at me.
Oh. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, Bob. Who's that outside blowing on the hall?
He was blowing on his hands, actually. It was a cold night. We went into the sitting room.
I saw my darling and my best friend walking.
Her best friend? I asked him what his name was.
They call me Mellow Yellow,
I knew at once that was the cover.
and in his pocket the portrait of the Queen.
Suddenly it dawns. It's Edward Short, the Phantom Postmaster General of the Phantom British Government. I turned white. You look queer, she says.
I had a friend, I thought he was.
Now don't start that again. It's obvious this is a trap. I've been hoodwinked. Before I can do anything, the man claps a firm hand on my shoulder. Thank you.
I thought the day I met you, you were meek as a lamb.
He isn't the slightest bit flattered. He produces a warrant for my arrest. He shakes me. I know it's over. She's smiling again.
What will your mama say now?
Confound Mama. What's the charge? What? I knew this was the end of the road. I was a British subject working for a commercial radio station. Oh, how I wished I'd been a drug-taking Chinese communist spy. Then it would have been all right. But I was British, and I hadn't wanted her to find out.
You loved me once, I know. This much I can't deny.
I saw a little tear come into her eye. I knew that she regretted leading me into this trap. But how was I to escape? This could mean a big fine. Months in jail even.
It's a rat race. It's a rat race.
And just because I wasn't a rat, I was losing every time. The PMG was getting impatient. I told him to go on ahead while I said goodbye.
I can't go on without you.
I blew her a kiss sitting there alone on the sofa.
I love you, and don't you forget it, baby.
Then, before I knew what was happening, she'd leapt to her feet, which were in the corner by the bookstand, and slipping them quickly on her legs, she rushed at the Postmaster General and threw her arms around his neck.
I want a room for a man to hold me tight.
She held him. She wouldn't let him go. In the nick of time, she'd seen the light. I knew that underneath everything, she was a human being. I swore I would come back to her when it was all over. But now I had to get away. I waved briskly and rushed from the room. I had to get outside of the 3-mile limit again, fast.
I know it shows I'm broken-hearted.
Yes, yes. I heard the PMG screaming to the girl, "Let me go! Put me down!" I rushed out into the night, kicking every pillar box I came to. Soon I was outside England and a free man again. But I knew in my heart that when the war ended, I would return.
There's a moral to our story, and you'll listen if you're wise.
And that moral is, when you're caught short, you can tell it to the birds. Caught Short, presented by Radio Caroline South, was written by Jerry.
Don't call me a Scarface.
Burke, produced by Tommy Vance and starred Mike Ahern. Copies of this broadcast can be obtained from Her Majesty's Stationery Office, the Publications Department of the BBC, and by direct postal application to the Postmaster General, GPO Building, St. Martin's Le Grand, London, EC1.
This program will be discussed later this evening on Late Night Lineup on BBC Two.
Well, you have our little birthday presentation today, our little special birthday program, because Radio Caroline is